I believe that 80%, 90% of people hate their job, hate the partner, and probably aren't too fond of the mates either. Yeah. And for me, if you can't get those three things right, then nothing else in life is
necessary.
But it's so much easier than you think to actually change.
People stay in those situations that they don't like, that they hate, that they complain about, simply because it's familiar, it's certain, and it's predictable. Whereas any kind of change is unpredictable, uncertain, unfamiliar. So that's why people stay in lives that they don't even like, because they can't handle uncertainty, they can't handle unfamiliarity, they can't handle unpredictability, can't handle the unknown, because that's known in it.
But even if it's known unhappiness, you think that it's easier to...
At least you know how shit it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
I also believe in this concept of sunk cost fallacy, where they put so much... Well, I've been here for 10 years now. Eventually it'll pay off. Or I've been in this relationship for 17 years now. Why would I get... Do you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of us have done that with businesses, where I'm like, well, I put this much time and money into it. I can't just walk... I hate it, but I can't just walk away from it. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I think they put a lot of... I think there's a lot of emphasis on time, but I think the big thing that I see so often is that it's this concept of the known. At least I know how shit it is. At least I know that if I show up to this job, I'm going to get paid, even though I hate it. If I try something different, I don't know what's going to happen. I think entrepreneurs are probably in like the outliers of this, because entrepreneurs, you know what it's like, mate. And I've been self-employed for, almost 22 years, which is bad, since I was 21. And then I think one of the key things of being an entrepreneur is that you've got to be able to handle uncertainty, because you don't know where the next client's coming from. You don't know when your next shit. When you first start, especially, I don't think there's many things that are more uncertain than when you start a business.
But I also think as well, entrepreneurs aside, when you've got your average Joes who work in a job, 25 grand, 35 grand a year, and my simplistic view is, when you're in that job and you're so unhappy, there's so many other jobs in the world. I'm not even talking about turning you into an entrepreneur, trying to do anything super fancy with you. But if you're working in an office and you're depressed as fuck earning 25 grand a year, you could go work in a bar and earn 25 grand a year. Or you could probably monetize your hobby in some way.
I don't know if I'm going to like it.
But that's kind of what you get all the time. I'm arguing with myself about it.
I mean, so many times it drives me insane as well. Because I think the thing is as well, I think this whole concept of job security is fucking history. Do you know what I mean? People stay in jobs because there's security. But I think now, at this time, I think actually there's more certainty and there's more predictability and there is more security in actually being in charge of your own destiny. Because if I think about it like this, my team might be watching this right now, because they'll probably be doing some editing and chopping it up, but the reality is their job relies on me being good at mine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? The reality is, if you're manufacturing widgets, your job relies on the sales team being good at their job. If they're shit, you lose your job. So there's actually, for me, in jobs, there's less certainty, there's less known, there's less security, and I think that's a big thing as well. People think they're secure and they're not.
I think, if anything, the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years has to have shown that
since
in every
2020,
walk of life. And even pre-COVID times, the amount of big business, big international institutions. And I look at this from a business perspective as well. When it comes to my business is lending, is finance, is property-related transactions. When I look at a guarantor, from an international, multinational company, or when I look at a property that we might be looking to buy with a national covenant in there, who's traded 300 stores the last 70 years, and people look at it, no, that's whoever. I don't give a fuck, because the amount of people that have been around for 70 years, 100 years plus, and just disappear overnight like that.
Yeah.
For me, the only thing that is certain is uncertainty.
Yeah, and I think Robbins has a quote where he says something like, "The success you have in your life is directly correlated to how much uncertainty you can comfortably handle." And I think for an entrepreneur, there's apart from being able to sell, obviously, is that whole concept of, if I can handle uncertainty, then that's the only thing I'm certain of, is that I can handle uncertainty. when you've been self-employed for a long time, you know that. This is why I'd have no problem. If I started disliking what I'm doing now, I'd have no problem shutting it down. Because I've done that before. I've sold the business before. So it's not as though you can't. We know that you can stop and start again. And I think many people don't think they can stop and start again. They think that's it. This is me now.